searchers after horror haunt strange, faraway places. For them are the catacombs and the cavern mausolea of the nightmare countries. They climb to the moonlit towers of ruined Rhine castles and falter down black, cobwebbed steps beneath the scattered stones of forgotten cities in Asia. The haunted woods and the desolate mountains are their shrines, and they linger around the sinister monoliths on uninhabited islands. But the true epicure in the terrible, to whom a new thrill of unutterable ghastliness is the chief end and justification of existence, esteems most of all the ancient lonely farmhouses of backwoods New England. For there the dark elements of strength, solitude, grotesqueness, and ignorance combine to form the perfection of the hideous. It was to a time-battered edifice of this description that I was driven one afternoon in November 1896 by a rain of such chilling copiousness that any shelter was preferred to exposure. I had been traveling for some time amongst the people of the Muscatonic Valley in quest of certain genealogical data, and from the remote, devious, and problematic nature of my course, had deemed it convenient to employ a bicycle despite the lateness of the season. Now, I had found myself upon an apparently abandoned road, which I had chosen as the shortest cut to Arkham. Overtaken by the storm at a point far from any town, and confronted with no refuge, save the antique and repellent wood building which blinked with bleared windows from between two huge leafless elms near the foot of a rocky hill. And in my genealogical researches, I had encountered legends of a century before, which biased me against places of this kind. Yet, the force of the elements was such as to overcome my scruples, and I did not hesitate to wheel my machine up the weedy rise to the closed door. I knocked. I tried the rusty latch and found the door
Hello?
unfastened.
I was caught in the storm. Is there anyone here? Hello? Is anyone here? Hello? There's a storm approaching and I'm seeking shelter until it passes? Hello? This piece is square. Made my announcement. My footlock must have risen pretty soon.
In the doorway stood a person of such singular appearance that I should have exclaimed aloud.
Catched in the rain, be glad it was near the house. Had enough sense to come right on in. I calculate I was sleeping.
Old, white-bearded and ragged, my host possessed a countenance and physique which inspired equal wonder and respect. His height could not have been less than 6 feet, and despite a general air of age and poverty,
Glad you had enough sense to come in out of the rain.
he was stout and powerful in proportion.
Not as young as I used to be. I take a powerful sight of naps nowadays. Traveling far. You don't see many folks down this road anymore since they took off the Arkham stage.
Sir, I'm headed to Arkham, and I apologize for entering your home so rudely. Had it not been for this storm, never would I dare perform such an insult.
Name's Jedediah. Glad to meet you.
Jedediah.
Glad to see you, young man. New faces are scarce around here, and I ain't had much to cheer me up lately. You hail from Boston, don't you? I ain't never been there, but I can tell a town man when I see him. We had one for district schoolmaster in '84, but he quit a student and no one heard from him since.
If I may, what is so funny about a schoolmaster disappearing?
I suppose you got a fancy job by the looks of that peddling two-wheeler out there. Don't suppose you get this far without the Arkham stage done and running. Think a fella like me could ride that two-wheeler?
Sure. I'm an antique dealer, Jedediah. And if I might inquire, how did you come along the Quigafetta Regnum Congo?
Oh, that Afriki-boo. Captain Ebenezer Holt traded me that in '68. He was killed in the war. Ebenezer was a Salem merchantman for years, and he picked up a sight of queer stuff. This we got in London. He used to shop, I guess. I was up to his house once, on the hill, trading horses, when I see this book. I relish the pictures, so I give it in on a swab. It is a queer book here. Ebenezer could read a little of this Latin, but I can't. I had 2 or 3 schoolmasters read me a bit, and Parson Clark. Him, they say, got drowned in the pond. Can you make anything out of it?
I'm familiar with Latin. I'd be delighted.
Queer how pictures can set a body thinking. Take this one here, near the front. You ever seen trees like this? The big leaves are flopping up and down. And these men, they can't be niggas. They do beat all. Kinda like Injuns, I guess, even if they be in Africa. Some of these critters look like monkeys, or half monkeys and half men. But I've never heard of nothing like this one. But now, I'll show you the best one over here, nigh in the middle. What do you think of this? Ain't never seen the like hereabouts, eh? When I see this, I tell that Holt that's something to stir you up and make your blood tickle. When I read in scriptures about slaying, like them Midianites for slew, Here, the body can see all there is to it. I suppose it's sinful, but ain't we all born and living in sin?
So says the scripture, Jedediah.
I kinda think things, but I ain't got no picture of it. That feller being chopped up gives me a tickle every time I look at him. I have to keep looking at him. See where the butcher cut off his feet? That's his head dead on the bench, with one arm aside of it, the other arm on the other side of the meat block. As I say, 'tis queer how pictures set you thinking. Do you know, young sir, I'm right sot on this one here. After I got the book off of Ab, I used to look at it a lot, especially when I heard Parson Clark rant to Sundays in his big wig. Once I tried something funny here, young sir. Don't get scared. All I done was to look at the picture before I killed the sheep for market. Killing sheep was kind of more fun after looking at it. Killing sheep was kind of more fun. But you know, it wasn't quite satisfying. Queer how a craving gets a hold of you. As you love the Almighty, young man, don't tell nobody, but I swear to God, that picture began to make me hungry for victuals I couldn't raise nor buy.
The open book lay flat between us, with the picture staring repulsively upward.
Here, sit still. What's ailing you? I didn't do nothing. I only wondered how it'd be if I did.
As the man mumbled on in his shocking ecstasy, the expression on his hairy face became indescribable, but the voice sank rather than mounted.
They say meat makes blood and flesh and gives you new life. So I wondered if it wouldn't make a man live longer.
The man whispered the words,
Longer if
more
it
the
was
same.
more the same.
And something showed on the yellow paper of the upturned volume. I thought of the rain and of a leaky roof. But rain is not red. On the butcher's shop of the Anson and Campbells, a small red splattering glistened picturesquely, lending vividness to the horror of the engraving. The old man saw it, and stopped whispering even before my expression of horror made it necessary. Saw it and glanced quickly toward the floor of the room he had left an hour before. I followed his glance, and beheld just above us on the loose plaster of the ancient ceiling a large irregular spot of wet crimson which seemed to spread even as I viewed it. I did not shriek, move, but merely shut my eyes. A moment later came the titanic thunderbolt of thunderbolts, blasting that accursed house of unutterable secrets and bringing the oblivion which alone saved my